If you scrunch it up, they're gonna start running. Because you suck. Whew. Hey friends, I'm gonna give you a little insight into my life as a first sergeant. I'm gonna give you, it'll be a kind of a vlog, so to speak, of quite a few days. And I'm gonna let you know on the front end, there's a lot of things that you're not gonna see, right? You're not gonna see me ripping somebody up one side and down the other. You're not gonna see me doing a counseling or dealing with anything that's sensitive. All those things happen like on the daily, like all the stinking time. But I'm not holding a camera, and I wouldn't show that to the world anyway. So obviously there's a lot more to my day job than meets the eye, but let's go along for the ride, and we'll try to kick this thing. Come on. What is it? Here's what it comes down to, right? Whatever's important to us is where we're going to spend our time. If we handle your business, I tell my guys all the time, right? Whatever's on your table right now, that's the one that you need to make matter. Everything comes back to that first general order, man. We got to do better. Do some COVID reporting, and check on some schools. So ceremony's over. I was gonna go to the DFAC. You know, after every ceremony, there's always a little bit of free food, and I'm just as cheap as everybody else, man. So I wanted to slammed in. And we not do like how hard would it be to do like an email poll query?
A medical emergency. Hang up and dial 911. Please listen carefully.
All of our representatives are currently assisting other callers.
No, they're not.
Please remain on the line.
I don't mind emails so much. I don't mind being behind the desk. It's not my preferred space. You know, it's just a piece of my piece of the puzzle. But we had a little powwow, a little chit chat, and I think they'll be good for it. So that's kind of my day today. Let's go get some PT on. I'll see you on the flip side. Oh, here's a bet. I-5 at the Nisqually Bridge is going to be at a standstill. Why? Because the sun's out. I think it scares people. Come on, let's... What are we doing? It's just the sun. It's just a tiny little ball in the sky. It's almost 9 o'clock now, so hygiene's over with. Didn't eat breakfast. Today I'm actually giving a class on chapter and article 15 process. All right, man, let's go to this. I think today was about 125 miles an hour. Holy smokes.
Motivated, dedicated, fit to fight, born to win,
Hits yo, humming through, hey yo,
going home.
So had 1,000 due-outs. Most of them were known. Most of them were known. Couple minor changes. Getting ready to go do a final inspection of the motor pool. So it is about 18 hondo. We did have article 15. Well, man, today was filled with, right? So it's about 5:30 in the morning, and you know, my day, like I'm sure for a lot of us, doesn't actually begin this early in the morning, right? Kind of hard to believe it's 5:30. My day begins the night prior, when I am presetting my coffee and double checking my alarm, triple checking my alarms, which actually serve as a backup anymore. I can't. I don't need an alarm. Certainly need my coffee. I can promise you that. I may not need the alarm, but I certainly need my coffee. I still set 2 alarms. Today we're actually going to do a foot march, probably 6.5, 7 miles, I-5 traffic because of the sun. Like, put some stinking sunglasses on, people. What are we doing? 10 meters. If you scrunch it up, they're going to start running. So June is PTSD Awareness Month. And it brings to mind, at least for me, a lot of folks who've come well before us, continue to serve today, both active duty and veterans alike, who struggle every single day, not just with things that we may have seen in service, maybe it was in a deployed or operational environment, but also all the struggles that we have in just life happening. Most of us, we buff it out and we find a way to keep on keeping on. Some of us have harder days than others. Some of us struggle with anxiety and depression, and we don't know how to deal with certain events. Because ultimately, what can happen, and unfortunately what does happen, to over 8,000 of us take our lives. All right, so a couple things, stand at ease, right? So when you're checking your soldiers and doing PCCs in preparation for a foot march, what are you looking at? So our boots fit right or not? Do we know? Do we know how to check and pass on things and make sure that we're looking and inspecting? Because if you don't look, if you just ask, do your boots fit right? Soldier's gonna say, Roger, sir. We're gonna head to the DFAC, see what kind of outstanding food they are or are not serving the soldiers on a Thursday. And then we're gonna check on some other stuff, man, and call this one a day. Come on. Well, man, today was filled with foot marches, which may have been insult to injury, taking folks over to the gas chamber and along the way stopping to have a moment of silence and some contemplation at the post cemetery about PTSD month. A couple meetings and some chow along the way. It's just a little something I bring. I'm sure for some folks it's arrogance, whatever. It's pride. And I believe that if a leader doesn't believe in their team, if they don't have pride in their team, then it's going to be unrealistic, nay, I dare say almost impossible for any of the subordinate leaders and members of the organization to have pride within the organization. Does that make sense? Like, man, I get it. Motivation comes from within. But if your leader sucks, then, I mean, come on. That's going to be great. Showtime. Come on. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, a little bit of game, a little bit of pain. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. What she didn't see was after we were kind of done with PT, kicked all the soldiers gone and just kept the NCOs, and we ran through the whole building, right? We ran through the whole battalion building, both here where all the companies are with the guide on. That's why I didn't have the camera with me, because I was carrying the guide on. And I'll tell you that, you know, everything begins and ends, honestly, with every single one of us, regardless of not whether you're an NCO. But as NCOs, it's our breakfast with my platoon sergeants. I got both of them in here, and they're both the best, and they make me the best. And so this is a day that's going to be a little bit different for us. That's why I'm in cities. I'm going to inspect some ASUs in the morning. I'm going to walk through the barracks and check out a few things, because I think it matters. And then we're going to go change into civvies. and we're gonna play some sports. And so this is how it goes. So on the way to work, I get a message, and check it after I stop driving, of course. That had some dudes yesterday who moving some, unpacking some supplies, and they left a bunch of pallets sitting up next to the dumpsters. And if you didn't know, that's the end of the world criteria. So I had to get that fixed. I had two choices. One, I could fix it myself. Two, I could call everybody in. But we got ASU's inspection this morning, right? So I chose A way. Did I choose the right one? Just a bunch of pallets on the back, that's all. Alright. Note to everybody out there, whatever you're going to inspect, make sure you're in the same thing. I tied this knot 11 years ago. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so we got this thing connected. We got the uniform inspection done. Got the pallets all taken care of. Walked through our barracks, make sure everybody doesn't have any work orders that need to be put in. Getting ready to check the 25 emails that just came in. Right, so on the way over to our foundational day activities, of course I had to stop in and grab some breakfast, and man, I have the best DFAC I've been to. Maybe not the best one, but I mean, I get smoothies for breakfast. I mean, hello! Acting like a fool, so, hold on. Oh man, sometimes you just don't know what you don't know. So yeah, dude's driving on the grass and trying to drive up into the barracks or whatever, and like, no bro, you gotta go. That's a no driving zone, come on. Let's we're gonna go have some fun. Let's do this. Man, I'm stoked up. Well, I think it's about gonna get it done for the day. Got a few administrative things I need to take care of before I head home. It's just after 15:30. Right, and so today I got a couple folks out that's walking the land nav course and just kind of proving a few things. These dudes, one of them had absolutely no clue what he was doing, so I had to kind of give him a refresher on how to plot points, how to use a compass, things of this nature. Better, so we got to head back. I got a meeting at 10 o'clock with the CSM. I got to check on some emails before that. I got some flags, I got some Article 15s, we got some chapters, we got some, all kinds of everything that's going on. So, got some COVID. I mean, come on. Let's get to this. Is the absolute best part of my day.
Oh, you feeling that?
Oh, I'm gonna go to lunch. I think I'm actually gonna take a lunch today. Well, I said I was gonna eat and take a normal lunch, but you know, life happens, right? I just slammed down a dadgum burrito from the shop at. I mean, we're getting our trucks ready to get out of here and go get on the rail. Head down to NTC, and then shortly thereafter we got to get some trucks, get ready to drive over the pass to YTC. So I love doing. Come on. Right, it's probably not too often you see a first sergeant out rummaging through the woods, pounding stakes in the ground, but I don't know if that makes me special, unique, or obsolete, man. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that piece out. You find yourself doing your day-to-day job and it's not something that you love, man, you need to reevaluate what you're doing. So I love what I do. I'm not perfect, I'm far from it, but there are a few things that I love doing, and training is one of those things. See, so quick land nav lesson. Let's say this black point right here is where you are, and you're gonna go over here. You could plot and then trudge out through 800 meters in a straight line. I would caution against that. And you're looking and you see this point right here, this little bend in the road. What would be smarter or wiser to do? But if I went due east, I could pick up this road and I could follow this road. I can then go from this intersection to this point. Does that make sense? I'm gonna give you one more. Let's say you did try to go 800 meters in a straight line. Because you suck, you drifted off to the north. And you get to this point, has a grid coordinate. What I need you to do is plot that point on your map. See where you're at. And then shoot an azimuth from there to your point. Come on now. Get smarter in the things that we should be good at. It freaking matters. So running behind a little bit for the days for formation. Can I do it all? I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't do well, but I do try to get out and be present. 13 for the best word competition, right? And each point I'm naming after a Medal of Honor recipient. Does anybody know any by name?
Selfless service program, which
There we go. Enter.
All right, so I just came from the promotion board, right? And that's our conversation next. And 3 out of the 4 soldiers who appeared left out with a no-go. Could have gone a lot better for a few of the folks, but hopefully it's a good lesson learned for them as well as for their sponsors and even for the me's, and myself included. Confirmation on the land nav course I'm setting up. I think it's a little too challenging. I think I know that it is. There are probably 2 points that I just need to move entirely. There's not enough features, I think, in the area where they are at.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies.
Against all enemies.
Foreign and domestic.
Whew! Man, I got some sweat equity on me now. So glad. I'm just super stoked that the material is helping folks out there. If it's helping you, man, I that's what it's all about. Just doing what I can. So we're gonna get on with the rest of the day. Come on. Well, we're getting ready to go grab some chow, but hold on a second. All right, so I think that's looking a little bit better. Hey, man, it is one of those days. Have you ever had one?
I am a non-commissioned officer, a leader.
I think that's going to do it for the day. Just got back coming from the park, wearing Riggs' butt out. I think he needed it. I think we all need it some days, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you think it was good value added. If you did, make sure you like it. If you think somebody else may enjoy it, consider sharing it out with a battle buddy or friend or family member, you know, whatever. Keep growing this community and making what we do a little bit gooder each and every single day. Appreciate all you guys. Man, he is shaking this car, isn't he? Riggs, you good to go? Man, appreciate it. Until then, keep grinding and you stay stoked.